Hello and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of the SquadKast podcast. Excuse me, episode 24. In fact, that's 2 dozen. Not too
Two
bad.
dozen,
We stacking.
not too bad.
Well, no beating around the bush today. Let's just address the old elephant in the room. Well, the elephant that's not in the room. We indeed are not back in the studio this week as we had planned. Unfortunately, this is all my fault, gentlemen. Obviously, I'm just not. I'm
Hey,
not
hey, hey,
feeling.
hey, hold on. Can we not talk about it? Can we just
You
bypass
are.
that? We don't
You
need we
want?
don't need the reason why. We already know why, brother, and there's no need to explain to the people. Obviously, they can see by us doing this video that we're not in the studio.
For
So,
sure. Well,
I think
let
we should
me.
just
I'll
go
just say,
ahead. We should.
just basically, I wasn't ready to return, so it's on me. That's the basic reason. Bottom line. So that's fine. That's fine. We don't have to get into it. No problem there. But that being said, then let's get into what we need to get into, man. I don't know if you see this week's description, aptly our episode titled "Minnesota Burning." It is live right now in Minnesota and here locally, several other places around the nation, all on the back of the senseless lynching of George Floyd by that piece of shit ass cop. I got a quick video actually I do want to play here. Let me do that real quick, just to kind of give some context to the folks who may not be watching or who haven't necessarily seen any of this. So.
Four, right? From next seat. With the next.
And I've asked the Attorney General, FBI, and the Attorney General to take a very strong look and to see what went on, because that was a very, very bad thing that I saw. I saw it last night and I didn't like it.
Do you think those police officers should be prosecuted?
I'm not going to make any comment right now. I can tell you, I think what I saw was not good, very bad. Anybody else?
Fuck out of here.
So yeah, that's where we are right now with what's happening in the Minnesota, basically around the country right now. Brother DJ, you want to go? You want to start? You want to lead this conversation here? Let us know what you think.
No, I don't. I want one of y'all to go first.
Black?
I mean, shit. Where do you want me to start at? I mean, ultimately, only thing I can say is, bro, I'm tired of seeing this shit. The fact that we have to see this shit on live on Facebook, and we have every story. We just got done talking about, Brother Aubrey, and then this occurs. So it's like a never-ending thing. We always have to fear, or are in fear, or live in fear of interaction with the police in our day-to-day interactions. Period.
Now, did y'all know that those two likely knew each other? That they worked in
Yeah,
the
I was
same
gonna get
place for
into that as
17 years?
well
Okay, go ahead.
because all of this stuff is coming out like that they worked together. So the fact of he knew Buddy, he knew him. So it's gonna be even more. It's gonna be a lot of shit that's gonna come out, basically. I bet you it is. I know it's gonna be more to the story. It's not just that he's a cop and he did this shit. Fuck out of here. It's more to the story. Or they're not gonna bring
Hmm.
it to light. Either way, they're gonna did it, and it's just gonna be him being a cop, and they're gonna keep pushing that same fucking weak ass agenda. But like I said, I seen that shit, and then him holding the blackberry fruit with the MAGA hat on. You see
I
that
haven't
one?
seen that. I haven't seen that.
All this shit,
It
all
wasn't
this.
even a MAGA hat. It wasn't even a MAGA hat.
It wasn't.
It said make white great again or some shit like that. It didn't say
Oh,
America. It said
okay.
white.
Okay, my bad. But yeah, he had the motherfucking that hat on with the fucking blackberry or blue, yeah, blackberry in his hand. But I mean, not to get off topic, but yeah, I mean, ultimately, I was like we was watching the protests and stuff that's here and doing all that and watching the KCCI comments and seeing all these white motherfuckers steady saying all this shit about destroying property and all this shit. But the fact that they really not, I ain't gonna say they're not comprehending. They refuse to comprehend it. They just, fuck yeah, they refuse to comprehend that shit. That the fact that we was taken from our land and raped, pillaged, and every fucking thing else, and yet y'all talking about some fucking property being destroyed. Our lives cannot be. We can't get our lives back. That man can't gonna be able to spend time with his mom or his motherfucking daughter or son, whatever the case may be, his family. He's not gonna be able to do that no more. So fuck your fucking buildings. That's all
Right.
they can keep saying is talking about buildings and shit. That shit's insured. The motherfucking white people getting a big ass check back for that shit that happened. Fuck out of here. Nobody gives a fuck. And like everybody been saying, now that this shit is going on, to blatantly see the clear, like I said last week, with Iowa, it'd be the subtle undertones. But with this shit going on, they blatantly coming out and showing you that they fucking racist now. Yeah, like I said, yeah, I'll let somebody else go. But yeah, last night showed a lot because all you seen in the comments of KCCI and WHO or whatever the fuck it is was why are they doing this? So this isn't gonna bring this isn't in memory of the man that died. This that other. Y'all really gonna act like y'all don't understand what's going on, or
Right.
y'all don't want to understand. But okay, y'all keep
Right.
on not wanting to understand.
I mean, I can't support the particular rioting. I can't say, oh yeah, go out and do all of this, damage to anything. But I definitely understand why people would be when you don't leave anyone with any options. I mean, this is the reaction that you get. I mean, even as individuals, when you get pushed back into a corner so far and you see no options, you only have an option but to lash out, basically, or succumb to whatever that pressure is and then die on the spot. And I don't know, everyone's basic human instinct is survival, bottom line. And when you feel you're out of options, this is where this type of shit leads to. So no, it shouldn't happen. But what's the option? A lot of those leaders out there trying to tell these kids, stop what you're doing. Everybody go home. There's a better solution, but they can't offer that better solution other than to keep participating in the same system that doesn't support or work for us. So, I'm right there with them. I don't have any options, so that's exactly why I can. If I had a solution, if I could run right down and be like, oh shit, here's the 3-step plan. Everyone put down the put down the hammers, then that would be the case. But the sad truth is, I mean, there's no desire necessarily, certainly in the system how it's set up to actually help people, those people who feel like that they have this problem that needs to be resolved, i.e., racism in America, police brutality in America. So this is just where we're left. And Black, you definitely right about the local racism. I don't know if y'all saw the arrogance that Target displayed by closing early and boarding up their damn store over there on Merrill Hay. Wasn't nothing happening around there. No one went over. It was all downtown by the police station. I couldn't even believe, like, I get out of here. Get out of here.
They
And like you
closed
said,
early
Black, they all
too.
got insurance. The last thing I'm worried about is a shitty ass Target and any amount of damage that it receives, whether it's from natural forces or natural human forces caught up in a riot. I'm just no pity there for a major corporation, regardless of what the Supreme Court says. Corporations are not people. I do not have empathy for corporations. So yeah, man, the shit is really fucked up, man. But you're right, Black. It's frustrating. I don't know what to do. I hate every time I see a cop thinking like, man, do I have to play it cool? Do I have to be super survival mode? Will this cop not care about that? Is this quote unquote a good cop, an okay cop?
So again, just more into perspective. So we just had to watch some KKK members murder Brother Aubrey on camera as they recorded it, and then try to play the role as if he was just an innocent
Mm-hmm.
bystander. And then not even a week later, we have to watch a fuck. I couldn't even get through the whole video.
Dude, I couldn't either. Just clip,
Like,
man, you can't watch that whole thing. It's
so
devastating.
like I said, I'm never gonna tell my people, oh, they wrong for doing what they doing, because if I feel the way I feel, I know it's countless other people or a limited amount of people that's a lot more hurt than I am, or fucking pissed off or enraged. What the fuck do you think we gonna do? Like, I seen a friend of mine shared basically like how they got the NRA, uh, which basically to me is the sense of the white version to be able to handle guns, but they had like a black division of it in like Washington D.C. I'll have to share it and send it to you, but I thought it was cool because they was basically offering like, you know what I'm saying, for you to get into it, and they offer you training courses as far as with how to handle the gun, this, that, and other. But it's something for us. We don't have nothing like that here. We need some because ultimately, when stuff like this goes on, we don't have nobody to protect us. Yeah, if you got your, you know what I'm saying, if you got it, yeah, you can protect yourself, but we need to have something where we can all be together, you know what I'm saying, and have. I got a couple of different thoughts. I'm not gonna ramble, but I'll just say this because, like with that, the outright group that ran up on the state capitol in whatever state that was loaded up, didn't nothing happen to them. Y'all noticed that, right?
Oh yeah, the
Nothing,
cops didn't even
nothing,
attempt to get them to leave.
nothing,
No,
nothing.
no, please disperse. They didn't get out the tear gas.
Now,
No rubber bullets. They didn't even yell at them, man.
of course, we'll say the of course if we gonna say we gonna do that, I would say yeah, the motherfuckers gonna. I would say we wouldn't be able to make it out of that situation because they gonna try and shoot
Duh,
our ass.
duh,
Fuck out of
that
here. We
would
would not
terrify
get that
me.
same. Come on, bruh.
Oh man, bruh, to hear
Like you know what I'm
about
saying.
that,
I'm with
I
the
would try to
shits, but
convince brothers not to do that. Like
like,
y'all are
bruh.
gonna get gunned down. They will not
But
allow
that
that to
just
happen.
show it. It shows. It fucking shows. Like we are doing. Motherfuckers doing peaceful protests, and then they started doing tear gas and shit. So if they coming with force, what the fuck do you think we should be coming with? If that's how y'all gonna do it, and we peaceful, what the fuck else are we supposed to
Hmm.
do?
I mean, what does it take to make a major change like that? What does it take? The last major civil rights adjustment gain. I don't even know how to really describe whatever the civil rights movement. Bruh, I mean, it was just a brutal battle. They were just beating the hell out of people for years until they got a few laws to help a few people in a few slight ways. Just beating the shit out of people. So, I mean, prior to that, slavery, we had the whole goddamn country went to war over that shit. So it seems inevitable to me that this type of, I mean, violence is only going to happen when a system just continuously does wrong for so long that you're going to get a certain segment of that population that just has no other option. They just run out of options.
And the
That's
more
where
I
this
just,
goes.
boy, motherfuckers got to go into them comments or that live feed last night. You got to see the thoughts of these motherfuckers try to discredit the Black Panther Party. Like, you motherfuckers just don't know. They was always about trying to, you know what I'm saying, was about greatness. They was trying to feed motherfuckers and shit. What the fuck are y'all
Right, they were
talking about? You
education,
can't
right,
do
about
that.
teaching
They
people and
feared them
feeding the
because they was
community.
trying to uplift us. That's why they did what they did to them. Fuck you mean they still locked up.
Right.
Yeah, that shit's crazy, bro. Like I said, the comments was enough for me. I've been wanting to go on a rant so bad, but I don't want motherfuckers to think I hate. Just hate, because that's not the case. I love everybody, but this shit here, it kind of just drew the line in the sand. For
It
well,
seems like
fuck
it,
that.
right?
Fuck that.
Yeah.
Retract that. The line has been drawn in the sand, but they fucking dug that bitch even deeper. Fuck you mean?
Yeah, it's a trench. Capo, what you got for us, man?
Rest in peace to the brother who had his life taken in Minneapolis. Condolences to his family and everybody that's affected by this. I mean, I'm not going to try to reiterate a lot of things that you guys had already said as I go into my diatribe, but it's just frustrating to keep seeing shit like this happen to black men over and over and over. And I don't even want to say black men because I've seen it happen to black women as well. The sister who had her house, these cops showed up, not in uniform, not even in police vehicles, trying to serve a warrant on the person that hadn't even lived at this residence for years, go in unannounced and, take her life and then arrest the boyfriend for trying to defend their house and their life. So, I mean, as a black man who's got two black sons coming up in this world, like I had to have that conversation with them yesterday. I have it with them all the time, but yesterday it was just like I had to let them know because my oldest son, is going to be out here in the world soon, and my other son, he's 12, so he's at the age where he's noticing things as he should, and as a father, I have to let him know that the world ain't kind to black men, and this is something that you have to get mentally prepared for as you continue to get older. It's disgusting to see videos upon videos upon videos of us being murdered at the hands of the police, white police at that. Uh, I couldn't watch that video. I couldn't do it. My heart wouldn't let me do it. I clicked on it, and the minute I heard the brother begging and pleading, I couldn't do it. I couldn't I read everything about it, how he was begging for his mom and shit like that.
Mm.
The white man had his fucking knee on his neck for 8+ minutes. And I don't know if this is accurate or not, but I think because there's so much shit going on right now, and I don't really want to bring it up unless it's accurate. But I think they said something about the autopsy that came out that he didn't die from
Oh
strangulation or
yeah,
some shit like that.
that's the
That it was
fix
from
right there. That's the fix.
that it was from force and something else, man. And I'm just like,
That's the fix.
yeah,
They
okay.
Mm.
trying to make
So
it
you
like
mean
it's
to tell me,
Mm.
you mean to tell me that for the 8 minutes that millions upon millions of people saw that this man was on his neck, and at times, from what I read and from people's comments, they said you can see him intensifying the pressure on his neck and making it worse. And you want to tell me that that's not the reason why this brother lost his life? I just, like I said before, I don't believe a lot of shit that the media put out because it's controlled by white America, and I can't trust anything that white America is putting out on my people. I mean, it don't take a rocket scientist to see all the different videos that came out from all these different angles to show that this brother was not a threat, that this brother was subdued and handcuffed
Mm-hmm.
and everything.
It doesn't
And
even
you
make
can
sense
see,
why he would have to be on his with a knee for that long. It doesn't even. I just there's no
well,
like normally we
right,
do this
there's no,
anyways, so that's why it's just so confusing.
There's no answer for that
right.
shit. Period.
Well,
They
I'm
got
not
him out.
done. I'm not done.
My bad.
Let me finish. I gave y'all. I didn't say a word. Let me get this out, please. So not only did this brother have his knee on his neck, if you look at the video, the other cops were on his legs. So there was no way that this brother could move.
Hmm.
There's no way that this brother could resist when he's already in handcuffs laying down. Now they got the Asian Officer Thao, talking about, he should be uh he shouldn't see the full penalty or whatever because he wasn't the one doing it, and he was the one standing up kind of trying to. I don't give a fuck what you was doing. At some point, when you're a police officer, and let's keep it real. I mean, we all know that there's this police code amongst officers. They're not
Hmm.
really ratting on each other. They're not gonna go against each other. So if you have four officers, and three of them are doing some bogus shit, I'm pretty sure there's not going to be that one guy that's going to be like, "Hey, man, we can't stop. We got to stop this. You can't do that." Blah blah blah. It never happened. There's never been a video. There's never been a circumstance. Never been a situation that we have seen yet that situation has happened. So there's a code amongst officers where they're just going to protect each other, and that's sad. So if you're going to
That
protect
thin
each
blue
other like
line.
that, then all y'all need to go down. And and as far as like the rioting that my people is doing, and things of that nature, look here. I'm not gonna say it's right. I'm not gonna say it's wrong. Like y'all brother said, when you get pushed in a fucking corner for so long, what do you think is gonna happen? We have been systematically set up to fail in this country since time immemorial. And until they abolish the system, recreate something where there's something where, if there's even a real thing called true equality, then black men, brothers, we are to keep suffering the same fate unless, I hate to say this, people probably gonna look at me like I'm crazy, and I don't care. Unless people are willing to go to war and really die for this shit, like I've been hearing, kind of seeing some brothers talking about really taking on this shit, then that's the only point that really can be made to let motherfuckers know how serious we really are, because we've been protesting and marching since forever,
Hold on.
and it really hasn't gotten us anywhere. I mean, you have these quote unquote black civil rights activist celebrities, the Reverend Al Sharptons and shit, want to come in and try to keep the peace, and keep brothers and sisters from losing their mind. When, brother, and I don't want to disrespect brother Al Sharpton, you need to sit your ass down.
Right. No,
That's
that's
an
not
old man's
disrespecting.
game.
That's the truth.
Sit your ass down. Get out the way.
You've been a
Your
part of
time
the
is
problem.
past. You've been a part of the problem for years. Your ass only show up when shit happens,
Some
but you
go.
never show up with a plan to get the shit right. Y'all show up to try to calm us down, but y'all never show up with a fucking plan or a solution or anything other than saying we must come together. Well,
I'll be right
okay,
back.
we come together, then what? So I just don't. I've said this before. We don't have any leaders. We don't have any leaders. Where's your Cornell West's at? Where's your Colin Powell's at? Where's these prominent black men who we looked at as leaders for decades? where they at? Obama said something, and I appreciate that, brother. He said some, very eloquently in regards to the matter.
Like he always
But
does.
right. But there comes a time where words just don't do it no more. We need action. And last night, here in Des Moines and in Atlanta and in Houston and everywhere else in the country, you saw what happens when motherfuckers get frustrated. They start torching shit. They start laughing out. Violent shit start happening. I mean, I ain't gonna lie, man. A part of me was kind of upset. Like, this is not the way to go because, especially here in Des Moines, when you're doing shit like this, considering that this is not even a big city, and you still got to live here. These cops will remember this. Your life will not get easier. It's probably going to
Mm-hmm.
get harder. You
Mm-hmm.
actually probably made yourself a target by doing shit like this. But then another part of me is like, fuck them, because we've been beat and everything for so long, murdered for so long. Who gives a fuck about your building? I don't. I never had respect for the police for years because I knew what they was doing to my people.
Right.
You know what I
I
mean?
never
And I
looked
mean, I
at
actually
cops
got
as like as there
friends.
to
I don't
help
want
me.
to say
Cops have
friends.
only been there to get me in trouble.
Never. Exactly. I mean, I got a buddy I went to school with, play football with, sports, and he's a cop, and he's never done nothing to me. But I can't. If I was to see him, bro, I'd probably have some not so nice things to say to him, just because of who you are. Like, I can't, like, bro, and I'm pretty sure you're not the one of the bad seeds, but y'all represent the whole. And as a whole, police enforcement throughout the country looks bad when it comes to black men. And I mean, this dude had 18 prior complaints or more against him from those of color, whether it was verbal abuse, physical abuse that he displayed, uh, racism, bigotry. Like, it's all documented. You know what I mean? And like, Minneapolis, Minnesota should have been on this, because this happened some years ago where the cop shot the brother in the car with his girlfriend and the kid in the back seat, all because he said, "Yes, I have a firearm in the vehicle. I'm a legal carrier." And the cop said, "Don't reach for it." He didn't. And
They
then
still
next thing you know, he pumped 7 bullets into him.
Mm-hmm.
So like Minneapolis, everywhere, there's a lot of work that has to be done. And black people, my people, y'all need to wake the fuck up, realize the enemy is not us. All these gangs and organizations and cliques that everybody want to be loyal to, and if something happens to your boy, you're so quick to ride out for them, but y'all don't ride out on the shit that's affecting us as a whole. Y'all don't ride on shit that's the big picture. All we want to do is talk that shit. We post our guns. I hate to say this word. I wish a nigga would run up on me and I'll lay a nigga down and blah 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 blah. But when it's time to do some righteous shit, stand up for your people, y'all don't have the same enthusiasm. But when it's going towards your people, when you got animosity towards the people, y'all be on 10 about that shit. Be on 10 about it. And I'm not saying everybody's like that, but I'm looking at everything as a whole. I'm looking at this as a big picture, man. I've been on this earth 30 plus years, man. And in my 30 plus years, I done seen a lot of shit, bro. I'd have been a part of a lot of racist bullshit, and this shit is mentally stressful, and it just puts a lot of things in perspective. Like I said, I at some point I'm gonna leave this motherfucker, and I got to make sure that my kids, my boys, and any other brother and sister I come across have the right mindset to be able to deal with this shit, because I honestly do not see any change coming from any of this. They let these cops go left and right. If they do get any time, it's not time at all. And then they don't even serve the full time. They get out and continue on with their life. It just was kind of shocking to me that they had all these motherfucking cops at this cop's house in Minneapolis protecting his punk ass after he been fired.
Right. Right.
Well, if you
Like he
fired
had
him,
already determined he did the wrong thing. He was a bad cop. He betrayed his oath, whatever that's even fucking worth. And still, y'all are protecting him. And not to mention, like you said, his whole record is shit in the first place.
Exactly. So to my brothers and sisters out there, I'm not gonna condemn y'all for what y'all doing. I'm not gonna say it's right. I'm not gonna say it's wrong. I'm with y'all in spirit and in heart. And as far as like what, look here, man. I got my conceal and carry. Been thinking about it. I'm probably about to go buy another gun today. To be real, I'm probably gonna go up to Shields. I'm probably gonna get me some today. And I'm just gonna make sure that I'm well prepared for anything, bro. And if it comes to a him or me situation, or somebody trying to do some harm to my family or any of my brothers that's around me, I mean, it's gonna come to that. I'm really at that point in my life where it's gonna come to that, and I hate to do that because I've always been just a peaceful person, but now it's like I don't give a fuck about that shit no more. And then let me just clear the record. I'm not saying here I'm gonna go out here instigating shit and just looking for trouble. But if trouble come beating down my door, trouble gonna be laying on my fucking door flat. No cap. I ain't playing that shit, bro. So that's my thoughts, man. It's sad that we have to keep going through this shit as a people. Do I have a solution? Just try to educate, protect your family to the best you can. Self-preservation is key. Look out for your brothers and sisters who need guidance. Try to help them out, and just try to come together, man, and realize that us as brothers and sisters in our community are not the enemy. It's a bigger picture. I'm done.
I could agree with that. I do worry that brothers will get a bad idea and think they could take on some sort of revolutionary war themselves. Like you said, those rumblings that you said, we all been hearing.
If we actually had organization, if we could get organization, who knows what the fuck we could accomplish?
Right,
I
but I don't.
honestly do believe that.
In America,
I'm
that would
sorry.
be
It's just about the organization. If we can get some real organization in between the cities and get some motherfuckers here for real to get some shit organized, boy, we be
the worst case scenario. It would be a guy.
it wouldn't end it in fucking
Oh
bloodshed
man,
because they not gonna even pop off, bruh. It's all about just having your protection for it. But like I said, that outright shit showed in itself, bruh. I feel like it wouldn't end good, but they not
right?
gonna do
Which
that,
is
bruh. They're not gonna do
I
that.
will say this. Look, I will say this. Hold on, brother Black. Hold on, brother Black. Brother Black, hold on. I will say that there was videos that I saw that uh the witness or whoever sent in the video in the brother Aubrey murder. Did y'all see all them brothers out protecting that man's house with all them guns and shit? And
oh
the
Fuck
yeah,
yeah.
police didn't do a fucking thing.
no, of course not.
That
Are you
lets you
said
know.
patrolling?
No, it was, I guess you want to say, the new Black Panthers or whoever was at this brother's house because he was getting threats from people. They
Uh,
stood out in this man's house in the streets with big guns, shotguns, all type of shit, and the police were there. 'Cause of course, the white man's going to call the police when they see a bunch of brothers, especially heavily armed, but they couldn't do nothing to them brothers, and they didn't do nothing to them brothers. And that just lets me know that if we stand our fucking ground, that shit. Look here,
I
I'm
did.
not
I
calling
guess
for
that's. I
bloodshed.
missed that. Then I didn't
I'm
see
not.
that.
I'm
That
not.
would be some
Yeah,
sort
look
of
that up.
sight to
Look that
see.
up. That shit actually happened. Look it up. And I was saying, like, just the presence the feeling that we give them to like, oh man, they really standing their ground. They're not really. It might fuck some people up to think like, no, we shouldn't fuck with these people like that. You know
Mm,
what I'm saying? I'm not causing for bloodshed or nothing like that. But at some point, you keep killing our people, something is going to happen in a negative way. And I'm not talking about just burning buildings and shit like that and looting. You push a person, you push a people for so long into a fucking corner, you keep killing us, there's gonna be some kind of consequence. That's all I'm gonna say.
that's fair. That's fair. Well, let's see here. Any closing thoughts on this particular story, or anything else you want to just add in general?
I just want my people to be safe. Shit, be careful out there. Um, shit, yeah, just be careful. That's all I can say. They on the front line, not me. And ultimately, it's like I think I seen somebody share because everybody's got all these mixed emotions because people that's on the front lines is actually protesting and being out there. Where it, like you said, it's gonna be some people that's out there doing the protest. It's gonna be some people that's gonna be bonding you motherfuckers out, or that's gonna be, you know what I'm saying, the feeders or whatever the case may be. Everybody got their role. Everybody might not be out there every day to do that. You know what I'm saying? Some people gonna be, I'm saying, the medics to heal you motherfuckers that come back with the war wounds from the motherfucking protesting. So don't be out there down talking to another person that's still supporting your cause. You know what I'm saying? They still with you. They just might not be out there.
Right, right. Yeah, I'd say that no one should be afraid to stand up for what's right, even if that does mean throwing your life on the line. And that doesn't necessarily mean out there in the protest, or even just doing anything at home. But that just means, just like you said, Brother DJ, where you mentioned it, just if you are just around the shit and you see it going down, you've got to say something. You got to be ready to protect others who are not able to protect themselves. And we know if you're able to do that, or have a platform where you can share ideas and try to at least progress the conversation. I mean, I hope minimum that's what I could do. Sitting here and on the cast here with this particular effort, it's just that at least have this conversation. That alone's hard enough to even safely have a conversation about this problem. That's been hard enough in the history of it also. Well, gentlemen,
We're being wiped out. We're being wiped out, man. As if something don't happen, the black man is gonna be extinct like dinosaurs, man. Like that's how I'm looking at it, because at this rate, and it's not only by our own hands, but at the hands of police and all this other shit, bro. We're in the streets dying left and fucking right. And I just want my family to do better. We have to do better. We have to treat each other with more respect and dignity that we do. We have to uphold each other to a higher standard than we do. We have. It's just. I mean, I know slavery fucked us up, and it's been so hard to overcome that. But with the information and technology and the intelligence that a lot of us have, there's no reason why we should not be able to come together in a peaceful manner and engage each other cordially. You know what I mean? Instead of looking at us as each other's as individuals as threats and shit like that. That's just my thought as far as how we treat each other. But as far as this other shit, like I said, man, we've been systematically set up to fail from day one. And until we can break that system, however that may be, then I just don't see shit changing no time soon. So in the meantime, keep educating yourself, protect yourself, and that's all we can do.
well, on that note, then let's say we leave it right there for today's episode. You gentlemen have the best day you can with this shit going on in the background. I'll do the same here. Appreciate the view out there. Holla out to Mr. Williams for the comments and the views. He's actually having his son today. Speaking of,
Congrats, brother.
Okay.
right. So,
Congratulations, bro. For real.
yep, he's naming him after me. So
Hey,
that's
y'all,
going to be Derek Williams. So that's great. Anyways,
hey, y'all brothers be safe, and y'all take care, brother Black. I'll see you at 1:30, and go from there. I appreciate y'all, brothers, and I love y'all, man, and y'all take care.
send to you, brother. Take it easy.
All right.